Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mr. 008 here, and today I have for you another BTD6 Update 35.0 centered video. And in today's video, we are going to be mainly talking about the Spirit of the Forest, another one of the reworked slash somewhat buffed, somewhat nerfed towers in this update. So, unlike the previous two towers that I have covered in regards to the update, this tower, the Spirit of the Forest, has had a nerf to one of its attacks. That attack being the Thorn attack, which is the one that the 000 Druid has. So the Thorns will now deal only 6 damage as opposed to 20 when you get your Spirit of the Forest. That being said, there is a significant buff to the vines as they will grow slash regrow faster. I'm thinking that the regrowing has to do with if you use the vine exploding ability, which requires Monkey Knowledge, which I do not have on in this video. Perhaps I should turn it on, but maybe I'll do that in another video. I would like to just see how things are with how like the tower is without using that ability first though. So we are going to take a look at that today, and it is looking like we may need a little bit more defense, or maybe we will be fine for now. But we are going to need some farms to start ourselves off, because I do not want to have too many limitations, if any, with money later on in the game. That way, if I need to get some buffs or anything else along those lines, I will be able to without struggling. So, it's looking like we are doing fine here. We may need to get like another druid or something else along those lines in order to keep up as the bloons do get stronger. That being said, I think we are fine for right now. So, this tower has been a tower that I think in the first couple of versions of the game it was kind of weak, and then Ninja Kiwi did end up giving it some buffs to make it a pretty strong tower. I'm guessing though that Ninja Kiwi thought that they over-buffed it in the most recent, or not the most recent update, but the one that preceded that, or maybe 2 updates ago, somewhere around that time, still pretty recently though. And as such, they decided to rework the tower in this most recent update. So something else that I almost forgot to mention that has been changed about the Spirit of the Forest in this update is the fact that the tower now has stronger brambles or vines on the track itself in the innermost ring, so to speak, and those vines will now deal 30 damage per hit or per tick, so to speak, instead of 20, at least to Moabs and Ceramics, I believe. So that'll be interesting to see how things play out with that. And yeah, we will see if that ends up being significant for us, a significant buff compared to the previous version of the tower. So there's our second farm, and some bloons are getting substantially far, and we also do not have camo detection. So I am going to get a ninja actually, rather than a dark monkey for now. Hopefully we don't have any issues with simple green bloon right there. We do not. Nice. So let's just keep on farming as we go. So overall, I want to know your guys' thoughts on the most recent update, and like what your favorite things are about it, what your least favorite things are, and what you want to see in future updates as well. Because that reminds me that the Beast Handler Tower, at least as it's unofficially named, is scheduled to come out in the next update, update 36.0. So that will be pretty cool to see, and I look forward to seeing how that tower will work. And it turns out there that I did unconsciously remember that I needed lead popping power. I would have otherwise forgotten about it. But the Hard Thorns upgrade does allow you to pop lead balloons with druids now. You no longer need to go all the way up to the second tier Heart of Thunder in order to do that. So that's pretty cool. I'm also thinking that I may have been better off bringing Oben instead of Gwendolyn. I wasn't honestly thinking of using a hero at all for this game, but it would be interesting to see how much stronger the Spirit of the Forest gets with Oben as opposed to without. So we will maybe test that in another video, but for now, let's just see how we do here. So these regrows are getting a little far, and there are 2 regrow zebras again, and that almost became 3. So it looks like I will have to go back out and back in right there. I'm wondering what I should get, whether I should get Heart of Thunder or just try and get Heart of Vengeance here. I'll see how this does, and hopefully that will be enough. Because it does attack faster now, even when you don't lose lives, but it's not going to be enough because of that pink bloom that almost got by. It would be nice if there was some kind of feature in the game that could help players distinguish balloons that are about to exit from ones that are just going close to the exit but are not actually on the verge of exiting the track. Especially for tracks like this one, and there are a couple of other tracks that are like that as well, where balloons get close to the exit multiple times, but they actually only go through the exit once. So it would be nice, like, if there was maybe, like, a red, like, flashing or something, or, like, a red glow towards the end of the track when balloons actually get to the exit or close to it, to warn players that a balloon is about to escape, rather than just forgetting about it or something like that, or like it being too hard to tell what's actually going on. So for these camos, I think we are fine with our ninja for now, and we'll start upgrading our druids more pretty soon. And thinking it may be time for a 3rd tier now, because I feel like, yeah, this is one of the times where I can't tell what's going on, and then this happens. I don't like using monkey money like that for continues or anything. What I'm thinking of doing is just, like, wasting the $2,000, because I don't want to actually benefit from that. All I wanted was just to restart. So I'm just going to put a village down here, and I'll get this. That's $2,040. And I don't know whether I should get Druid of the Jungle or Heart of Thunder. I'll just get Heart of Thunder now, because, 1, I feel like it's more effective, and 2, it's cheaper, so I will get that for that reason. And maybe we will be able to focus more on our farms now, although it's not really looking very promising because of the balloons getting close to the exit and then not able to see what's going on. So maybe I'll get something like a spike factory at the back just for the purpose of that fail-safe, in case it's necessary. And I'll get a Druid of the Jungle as well for now, because I am not liking the way these balloons are, like, rapidly going around close to the exit. And then I can't even tell which ones are about to exit. Also, for some reason, when Monkey Knowledge is disabled, the tower names that I have don't show up. I'm not sure why that is, because it's not supposed to be Monkey Knowledge. I'm pretty sure it's just from the trophy store. So, I think that's a bug. And if anyone from Ninja Kiwi is watching this video, I don't expect that anyone is. But if there is anyone from Ninja Kiwi watching this video, please take note of this, because I don't think it's working the way it's supposed to. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. So, continuing on, we're going to keep trying to get some more farming going. And, yeah, the first Moab is next round, so I am not sure if we're prepared for that. I'm probably just going to get a Moab Mauler or something so I can just focus more on farming without having to spend too much. And with this, I think we should be fine. Yeah, nice. And then the ceramics and all of that are taken care of by the Thunder and the Jungle Druid. And we don't have to worry about more Moabs until round 50, so that gives us a little bit more time to farm and not have to worry about that too much for now. And that also gives me an idea of getting the what's it called? The Poplus Druids to buff the Spirit of the Forest, which I almost forgot that I can do, because I almost never think of that unless I am using the Avatar of Wrath, which is kind of odd, almost, I don't know, I feel like that's not too uncommon, though, amongst the player base. Just because, like, Poplust and Avatar of Wrath are along the same path, so if you're not using bottom path druids, you just sometimes tend to forget that that's an option. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just me. So, I should probably get a village, as well pretty soon, because I don't want to have to worry about any kind of camo balloons more so than normal balloons. But we will be able to do that pretty soon, probably. I'll just get the Caltrops for now. I don't think it's going to change things up that much, but yeah, we lost again. That's not what I want to see. Turns out it's $3,000, the cash injection, so I'll just get another one of these and another one of these, and I'll just spend a little bit more just in case. So I'm gonna get another Thunder Druid here, and hopefully that'll be enough. I'm not sure if it will be though, and maybe we need that, but yeah, so we're looking better now. It's more money that I want to spend because I want to focus on farming. And I'm just going to get that Spike Factory because I'm sick and tired of spending monkey money for no reason. So let's just do that. And we should be better for now then. And hopefully we don't have to deal with another loss because I don't want to waste monkey money. It's not, If Ninja Kiwi gave me an option to just retry the last round without getting a cash or life injection, just retry last round, pretend the loss never happened, but not have to spend lucky money, I would do that. I think that that's, like, just less annoying and less problematic overall. And, yeah, it would just be better that way. So I'm thinking that we may be best getting a 4th tier druid in the near future. Looks like this Bloonjitsu Master is struggling somewhat with the camo ceramics. I don't think we're going to lose though, because we do have that spike pile at the end, and looks to be fine for now. So, alright, let's just keep going then. We'll get a village right. It's hard to put a village, like, in this region. So, I'll put it there and see if this is in range. It's not, so I'll just get another village, because I don't want to take up too much of the space that I'll be using for the Populus druids. And we don't have anything beyond the range buff just yet, but I do want to see if I can get another central market before spending more on my defense. So overall, not looking too bad. I'm going to switch targeting to strong on the Mauler. And, so the ceramics on 55, it looks like they are getting somewhat far. Keeping a close eye on the exit, though. And I'm thinking I should get probably a Druid of the Storm there, because I don't want to worry about the blooms getting too close to the exit. So we'll do that. We'll also get Heart of Oak so that we don't create regrow farms by accident. And it's looking like we will need that camo village like ASAP. So there we go with the camo village, and there's the increased attack speed as well from jungle drums. And we're doing better now, I'd say. So we are 3 rounds away from a BFB, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't think it'll be too bad. So let's just keep going, and I want to see if I can get a 3rd central market before spending more on defense. So overall, I'd say we're looking fine. Camo leads won't be an issue, I don't think. Actually, they will be. Turns out that these do not have camo detection, so I'll get camo detection over there, just to make things less problematic over here. Hopefully there aren't too many. It looks like there are just a few too many. I don't want to take that risk. So instead, I'm just going to get this Alchemist right here, just for now. Unfortunately, it is in range of the Moab Mauler as well, not just of the Bloonjitsu Master, but shouldn't be that much of a problem. And I think that because of that Alchemist in part, we will take care of round 60 with ease. Not with too much ease, but it's satisfactory, I suppose. And I'm going to get Jungle's Bounty now, and Heart of Vengeance as my cross path for the extra attack speed, and hopefully this will be significant for round 63, although it may not be. So, thinking of getting a couple of druids over here as well, and we'll see how that helps us. Can we get a third? We can. We can get one over there, but it's probably not going to be in range, so I'm not going to get that right in there. Instead, I'll get these. So round 63. Not too strong for us to deal with. Looks like we're fine. And the Populus droids seem to be helping out significantly because of the attack speed of the vines, or the brambles, from the, like the Druid of the Jungle based attack. So that's 4, and we will have a 5th one right here pretty shortly. And we can use that ability for a little bit of extra money. It's not very effective though because it has a long cooldown, and also because it's also not the most effective because it is, how can I say this? Not only does it have a long cooldown, but it also benefits from there being nearby farms, and there aren't any farms that are close to this druid right now. That's what I was trying to say. So I think we can focus more on farming, speaking of which, because we don't seem to be having any problems right now with our defense. There's the 4th Central Market. Can we, like, put a farm here and then another farm, like, directly on top? I think we might. Yes, we can. Nice. So I am going to put my Monkey Wall Street right there. When I get enough money, that is. And I'll sell this for now. So round 70, we are not having any issues right now. We'll do that. And right there. So getting back to my suggestion from earlier, what do you guys think about Ninja Kiwi implementing some kind of, like, flashing or glowing light when balloons get too close to the exit? Because I think it would be cool. I just hope that it's not in the form of monkey knowledge, that it would just be its own thing, that is just available for all players, that it wouldn't be a monkey knowledge thing and thus unavailable in chimps, that it wouldn't have any other kind of restrictions on who can use it and who can't use it, because with certain maps it's just too difficult to tell, and your eyes can't be all over the map at once. So I think that it's a reasonable suggestion, and I'm hoping that it's something that they can put in the game. I don't know if they're working on it right now, because I don't know if anyone suggested it before, but hopefully my suggestion will somehow get to them and lead to them working on something like that in some capacity. Even if it is monkey knowledge, it would still be better than not having it at all, but it would still be better to have it in a non-monkey knowledge form and something that's available for everyone. Because even though Resort is an easy map in general, like one of the easiest in the game, if not the easiest, it's not easy in the way of being able to tell when things get too close to the exit. Then again, I could be a little bit less greedy and not run into these problems, but it could become costly later on in the game, which is why I would rather just keep on farming for now, and also why I wanted to keep farming earlier on in the game. So let's just upgrade these just because we can, and because it may help a little bit. But I'm going to get my Monkey Wall Street next, and we will get our Spirit of the Forest pretty soon after. We can already afford it with some money to spare, but I'm going to wait to get it. Round 79, has a lot of regrows, so I'm glad that I got the Heart of Oak right here, so that we don't have to worry about that. Because if we did not get that, then it would be pretty problematic having just tons and tons of regrow rainbows piling up everywhere. So let's just get some more farms here, and eventually we will be able to have the Monkey Wall Street auto-collect come in, like, to be very useful. I don't know if come in very handy is grammatically correct, so I won't say that, but, like, just to be very useful, so that we don't have to worry about manually collecting things. So I'm going to get a 024 Spike Factory for now. Let's put it on close, so that the spikes don't get eaten up by balloons that aren't at the exit. And we will keep on farming for just a little longer, and then we will get our Spirit of the Forest. Although it's looking like we do have some problems now, so maybe I should do something about that. So, let's see if we can sell enough to get our Spirit of the Forest, like, now. And it's looking like we can if we sacrifice one of our central markets. So I will do that just to not have to deal with the possibility of losing yet again. So there we go. And overall, the Spirit of the Forest is looking quite strong, and especially with those blue vines that are very close to it, it's looking like it will be quite useful in that regard. And its main attack, I can't tell how much damage it's doing, but the fortified BFBs are getting noticeably farther than the normal BFBs. It shouldn't be too big of a problem though. So let's just continue to get more farms, so that if we want to get more towers to support the Spirit of the Forest later on, like overclock or even ultra boost some villages and stuff like that, we will be able to do so without having to worry too much about income. So there's our first BRF. And here we are, round 85, 2 ZOMGs. Let's take a look at the damage output. So it's looking fine. It's not great, but it is fine. So I think that the Spirit of the Forest is probably in a better spot, even if it's weaker, because it was very strong before this update came around. But I do like that Ninja Kiwi did still buff the vines, because I do think that will make the tower more balanced, because it's not just about the brute strength of a tower that you need to look at. You need to look at if it has multiple different types of attacks. Which one is strongest? Which one dominates over all the rest? Which one is underwhelming or lagging behind? Those questions are important aspects in how to balance a tower in a tower defense game, because even if overall a tower looks to be equally as strong both before and after balance changes, if in some ways it's different and thus it's better against multiple targets but weaker against single targets, for example, then that does mean that it's different. Even if, in the grand scheme of things, it roughly survives until the same round, it is still different pre-update and post-update. So I think that's something to take note of. So let's see how we do against DDTs. Let's make sure we get that MIB, because without it we would have lost there. Because we do not have the top cross path, but I'd rather have Heart of Vengeance anyway for the attack speed. I think it's better off to get that. Because if you're going late game and you have enough money to do this, you're probably better off either getting a bunch of AMD Alchemists or an MIB or something similar, and investing in a cross path that gives you more general popping power, even if it does not give you lead popping power or camo popping power or anything similar. To just find a way to get that differently so that you're still getting as much raw DPS as possible. At least that's how I like to play the game. Others may play differently, and that's fine too. So the DDTs on round 93 did get a little far, and that doesn't look that good. I'm not too happy about that, but the good news is that on round 95, they won't get any further because the vines seem to be what's doing most of the damage, and thus, whether it's 1 DDT or 1,000 DDTs or anything in between, they'll all make it to the same point on the track roughly before being popped. With a tower like this that has a spread out manner of dealing damage to the balloons. So, I'm not worried about this round. I think we'll be fine. Let's get our Banana Central right there, and we will also be getting some more towers just to make sure that we have that support, and we can start buffing our Spirit of the Forest once it falls off a little. So let's get Call to Arms right there. It's round 96 with the ZRMGs. Let's see how we do here. So they are getting popped, like, before they complete their first, like, trip around that part of the track, like right around here, at least some of them. The others are making it around closer to the second part, like right around there. But I think we should be fine. Round 97, I would say, is a good test, a good indicator of how things will go on round 100. So let's see here. Just had to get a quick drink because I felt like my throat was drying up a little. So, its single target damage is not really good, because the BFBs and all are getting quite far, so it's looking like we need more for this round. So, in all fairness, I think that's a good thing though, because Spirit of the Forest, even with the support of Poplos, should not be able to get all the way to round 100 and beat it by itself, because that would basically mean you could beat Chimps mode with lots of money remaining, with just this one tower and what goes along with it. So I think it's fine. I think it's balanced, but I still want to push it to its limits and see if we can go to maybe round 120 or so, like I went to in my past 2 videos. So I think we might need to activate the ability again. Maybe not though. Let's see. So the ceramics are getting popped pretty easily. That is good. So there's another call to arms. That way we can have the ability up at all times if we need to. So I'm going to see how we do with no abilities first on round 98. So the fortified BFBs are getting popped before they complete their second trip around the track, so that's good. Or at least their second trip around this part of the track. And the ZOMGs get popped as well, so nice. And I'm also going to get Permaspike right there. So it's looking like we do need to use a village ability for the fortified DDTs. Just barely though. Because we could have made it without the abilities, I think, but it would have been pretty close, and we would have had to rely on the Permaspike, I think. So let's get 2 engineers right there, and I think the only thing we also have to get from here is a Permabrew. So let's use an overclock right there, and it looks like the bat just took a lot of damage there. Maybe that was the spikes. Yeah, I think that the spikes do interfere with a balloon with such a large hitbox. So that's not quite what I was hoping would happen with this test, but it's not the end of the world either, because we do end up popping it either way. So there's round 100, and let's go on to free play and see how far we can go. So I will get a Permabrew as soon as I get enough money. And here's round 102 with lots and lots of DDTs, alternating between regular and fortified. I'm going to use this ability right here, the 4th tier village. And maybe it will be enough, maybe not. The DDTs are getting farther again, so yeah, it looks like the Permaspike is having to play a role in our defense right there, but it's not too bad, I guess. I'm not all that surprised, nor am I disappointed. I think that this tower is doing some good work. It's just that it's not, like, crazy strong. And when a tower is crazy strong, that can make the game a little bit boring and a little bit unbalanced, so yeah, no complaints here. And the Permabrew is positioned in such a way that the Permaspike will get buffed as well, which is nice in case DDTs get to the end of the track and they would normally run over the spike pile, but they don't now because of the lead popping power. So yeah, it's nice. And let's see if we can keep going. I'm going to try and avoid getting something like a like an Avatar of Wrath, for example, because that would be shifting too much of the popping power away from the Spirit of the Forest. So let's just keep going as we are. I don't know why I couldn't remember, but for those of you who are wondering and did not already check, and did not already see my previous 2 videos, the other towers that I tested were the Balloon Solver and the Comanche Commander. So if you have not checked out those videos, make sure that you do, and tell me what you think of those towers and their current state of balance. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that. So let's also get an Ultra Boost right here. I'm not sure if I want to use the Ultra Boost yet. I will, just in case we need to. Yeah, I think that's better than going for something like a Superstorm, because Superstorm is a good tower, don't get me wrong, but again, I want to keep the focus centered on this tower, the Spirit of the Forest. So, round 107 with the fortified ZOMGs. It's looking like the single target damage is getting better with this tower, and also the Populus Druids are helping out, but it's still looking like most of the focus is on the Spirit of the Forest, so that's good. All the rest of my towers have, like, not that much damage, not that many pops, so that is good. And we are halfway to a max ultra boosted Spirit of the Forest, so that's nice. There's number 6 right there. So let's see, with all these Moabs, I think that the thorns, or the vines rather, are definitely coming in clutch there when the balloons get too close to the end. I think that the buffed ceramic damage is what's doing that. And also the buffed Moab damage is helping as well. So now we're at 8 Ultra Boost stacks. So let's keep on going. And DDTs, despite ramping, are popping a little bit earlier, it looks like. Mainly because of the Ultra Boost, I would say. So, even the fortified DDTs, we're not struggling with those. So there's 9, and there is our 10th Ultra Boost stack. So that's nice. Now I'm going to stay away from using the Overclock and Ultra Boost abilities for now, as well as the Village abilities. But once we start struggling, I will use the abilities if I need to. And I'm thinking of taking this to round 120. I don't think that I'm going to take it past round 120 because one, single target damage will probably fall off too far beyond that point. And let's use the Call to Arms right there just in case we need to. And I'll also use an Overclock right there. And looks like these BFBs are getting quite far. I'll just use Homeland Defense. Nope, it's not enough. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it there for this video. I could have done a better job with my buff timing, but I refuse to spend any more monkey money on continues. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video, you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more interesting content. There are our pop counts, and as you can see, the vast majority of the pops are by the Spirit of the Forest, as I intended for the purpose of this video. And once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all again in the next video. Peace out.